What is up, Taurus? This is your February monthly. Sorry for getting it out late, but let us see. What do you need to hear, see, know, feel? What shifts do you need so that you just get high vibe and get all your manifestations in? For those of you who are new to me, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel. So I got about 5 spirit guides that kind of come through to help my clients out. I love tarot and I love all things manifesting. It's got a couple cards flipped around here. So let us see. Give us the best messages, give us the best stories, help them get as high vibe as they possibly can from reading this, help them get the epiphany so that they just get and receive their manifestations and desires, spirit. All right, it's ready. Okay, so it looks like for the basis of your month right now, like kind of what you're going through is you're definitely like finding your path and like literally finding your own path. It kind of seems like you're going through like a little bit of an independent streak right now. It's like you kind of want that happy home, contented life, okay? And you very much know that it's possible for you and you can manifest it when you're ready. But for whatever reason you're holding back a little bit. I think there's like a tiny bit of clearing up energy, so maybe saying goodbye to some old friends, an old hobby, maybe an ex, I don't know, a little bit of clearing energy, but like it's like you could do it. So there's something about it though, Taurus, that you're really wanting to like feel into your own path. Like, and it's almost as if you want your steady, here's where I know I'm going and what I want to achieve outside of a relationship. And it's almost like once you find that path, like, I want to become a realtor and you want to like sell your first house, then you'll be ready to, all right, universe, give me the love of my life. Because almost as if you want to like solidify what it is that you're working on personally, professionally, friend wise, hobby wise, before you meet your person, because you don't want to risk just falling into them. Because it's almost as if you have a decent amount of time on your hands. And so you know that you could like fall into the abyss, or you could easily fall into, yeah, I'll meet you for lunch. Yeah, I'll meet you for lunch. Yeah, I'll meet you for lunch. And you don't want to do that. You definitely, you want to start achieving things, Taurus, and feeling the emotions of achievement, accomplishment, a sense of purpose. So just be aware that that's why you're holding love off right now. Okay. Um, God, but I do think love's gonna come in quickly for you once you like solidify with like, yes, this is what I'm achieving next. Um, this is interesting. This is all good cards, okay? But I think you're having to let go of someone who is really near and dear to your heart. And this was the recent past. Um, it's like for whatever reason, you guys just couldn't communicate, couldn't get on the same page. There was just, it wasn't happening. But because in the now energy, you got the Nine of Lotuses, okay? So I think you're going to be quite surprised that when you do lose someone who felt like a soulmate, right? Someone who felt like family, someone super close at that level, just that like energetic kind of bond, it's of course going to be extremely sad, painful, yada, yada. There was a need to let go of this person though, so that you can get on your sense of identity, your sense of path, your sense of here's where I'm going next, here's what I'm achieving next, okay? And even though this is painful, and in like the now card, you got the Nine of Lotuses. So I think you're going to be kind of surprised, you know, at how quickly you start feeling good and at how quickly you start loving and liking life again. So this is kind of like a don't worry about love, it's going to happen kind of read so far. Okay, what else do we need to know about the right now? What else do we need about the future? Yeah, Taurus, you're just going through the shift where you want to start being more intentional with your time. Like you're really starting to recognize the value of your time, the value of your presence, the value of who, what, where, how you spend it. And so I think like one reason why you're going to start enjoying the now more is you're going to feel more free to like play with different personalities of yours. You might be feeling a drop because obviously when you lose someone who was a soulmate card, it's someone you spend a significant amount of time with. So there's going to be like a drop, some sadness, like the whoa, who do I have who loves me, you know? Um, but you're gonna find it easier to adopt the new personality, to adopt the new way of being without them in your life. And I think it might take you 1, 2, 3 days, like maybe 4 at tops. It's not gonna take you long to get over them. And you're really gonna start noticing like, oh wow, they were a little bit of anchor to my happiness. Now that they're not here, you're gonna find it easier to just adopt the new personality that's gonna be needed for this new direction that you're going. And you're gonna find it easier to shift because, quite frankly, you want more. I think you're gonna be making more money. I don't see a huge windfall immediately. I see a huge windfall a bit off. You wouldn't have been able to achieve that with them in your life, and like you kind of knew that deep down. Um, okay, so go into the near future. You got the orbs clarified by the Weaver. See, and that's the whole. You don't want life to feel confusing. You don't want life to feel like I have to keep having like clarifying conversations with them. I need to give them time to change and grow. We just need to like get on the same page. It's just like you're just kind of letting go of that confusion, and you just want to be more intentional. I want to start partnering with people where we have a shared vision and it's shared. We both like it. We both want it. So therefore, like everything that we're both doing is helping us get there. You can at least trust that because you're really just gonna start partnering with people who are just more aligned and you guys have the same kind of goal, the same kind of vision. It's kind of like those relationships where one person's like, I want friends with benefits, and the other person's like, no, I want something serious. That's just a clash of what you guys want right now. So now you're naturally going to be partnered with people who, no, I'm actually looking for something longer term. Oh, me too. So whether or not you guys are compatible for long term, you're just going to start calling in more people who are at like the same, not the same wavelength, but the same goal and destination. They're going to want it. So gosh, even though you're probably feeling a little sad right now, you get a lot to feel happy about. Okay, in terms of your personal power this month, Taurus, well, you got the Mystic card. So your kind of personal power is to not get pushed around, not get shuffled around. Like, be okay that you're in a creation stage. So that probably means like new beginnings, maybe a move, but you're like moving, new job, new beginnings. I don't think new love immediately right now, but new beginnings in other areas. And like be okay that that's gonna like take a lot of your emotional and mental bandwidth. And that's what I was talking about earlier. And then right now you're gonna be like, even though you might be a little overwhelmed at all the new coming in, you're gonna be like, whoa, I actually really like working here. I really like this new hobby. I'm becoming the new person. And you're in a moment where you're like, oh, I would have never have had the time to do all this with that other person in my life. So it's kind of one of those moments if you're going where it's everything is always working out for me. And right now I'm in the thick of the storm. So I don't see how this could be working out for me. But I do live a life where everything's working out for me. And there's going to be a moment where I look back and I go, oh, that did have to end. Um, so your personal power is like just soothe your emotions as you go through this transition and all the new in your life. Um, and be okay that you're at a wobble and you're just stabilizing as you adjust to the new. Okay, Taurus, in terms of outside influences, well, okay, whoever this other person was, you touched their heart very tenderly, very dearly. They're like a forever changed person, um, for the better. Like, I think you're gonna have one of those moments where you see them in the future, 2, 3 months, 5, 6 months, 9, 12 months, just sometime in like the mid to far off future where you see them and you're gonna see them in a relationship and you're gonna be like, wow, they're so much more tender now. Like, look at how he's treating her. Like, you're just gonna like see their softer, tender side, and it's gonna warm your heart to know that like you were the one that you could word it two ways, that you impacted them that much that they chose to become softer, sweeter, more loving because of you. Um, You could also view it that, like, that's pretty neat that we spent that time together, and that's the lessons that they chose to learn through me. I'm glad that I got to be the one to play the part of influencing them in that way. Like, your heart's just gonna be touched at how much softer, sweeter, and tender they become, and I do think I think temporarily the person's gonna be out of your life, but I do think there's gonna be a moment where it's like a, "Hey," like, you know, at least acquaintances, if not some sort of light touch friendship again towards so, like, you didn't lose this person, okay? You didn't lose this person, but you couldn't keep him in your life up close and personal for the shifts you were going through. In terms of your hopes or fears, all right. You're definitely like, you're going like, I mean, look at it, it's the Phoenix, so total transformation, right, Taurus? Um I think you're a little afraid of the change because sometimes what can happen, especially I know for like younger females, when they start focusing on money, prior their focus was on how do I love people? How do I help them feel good? How can I be sweet and kind? Just make them feel loved today. And then you get, to an office job and you're like, wait a second, I loved all these people for a year and I didn't get a pay raise. When you start to focus on the I want more money, it can feel like cold hearted. You can be like, I feel like I'm becoming cold hearted. um, you're not becoming cold-hearted, your priorities are just shifting, and, like, there is a when you shift to allow more money to flow through you, it tends to be a more empowered state, but you can absolutely still stay sweet, kind, and loving, just at the initial kind of that change, you just feel your focus going from, "How can I love them? How can I help them, like, feel cared about, nurtured, loved?" to, "Hey, I wanna make money. I wanna get my clients a good deal, my boss a good deal, and I wanna make sure that I'm getting, like, top market compensation." So it's just that you're not turning cold-hearted, you're just shifting your focus to this, and then once you kinda see that you can get this, then you're gonna go back to being the V where you're like, "Okay, so now how do I let all this money flow in while also being loving?" So you're just calling in some new vibrations into your personality and your way of being, and once you call them in, you're gonna be able to go back to your sweet, kind, loving self, so don't worry. Yeah, your outcome's really good. Your outcome, you're gonna feel well, I don't wanna say playful. You're gonna feel empowered like you can create, like you can change. So those of you who are in like a midlife crisis, you're gonna be like, oh, you can have fun in life after 35. You're just gonna feel extremely empowered by the end of this month that you are a deliberate, powerful co-creator with the universe. You can manifest anything that you want. So I do think you're gonna get some like wins and some successes. And it's likely a new kind of career money-making endeavor, but it could be a move, it could be a new office. You're gonna get some, like, wins, and you're gonna feel like you're on your path and you're going in the right direction, Taurus. Um, and you're definitely just gonna return to that little magical kinda like, "I can manifest, I can co-create." So you're gonna get towards the end of the month, you're gonna get that just that little sparkle, that little bit of joy back. All right, Taurus, that is all that I've got for you. Stay tuned if you wanna learn how to manifest. I put together a free manifestation course, a mini one. I'll link to that down below. I'm also available for personal readings right now. I'll link to that down below. And I also go live most Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time with free mini reads. I'm going to have to miss next week though. So just pay attention to the YouTube community tab to get the updates for when you can catch me live next. But lots of love. It looks like a good month for you guys. Bye.